What it do, what it do, what it do. It's your boy Big Val Opinion back with another live video. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that share button. And most importantly, make sure you sub to the channel. Turn on that post notification bell so that you be notified each and every time that your boy Big Val is going live, man. With that being said, let's get into this intro. R.Kelly asked that everyone come together and push the message about this BOP officer, Natasha K, sharing his private emails and conversations with government star witnesses. Now, you have people that are out here doing the work, pushing the message. If those people that are pushing the message about this BOP officer is being attacked by so-called R.Kelly supporters, you should think twice before you listen.
And I just really want people to know, I appreciate anybody that's helping me. I appreciate anybody that's helping me. A lot of people have been there for me. I just don't want people going back and forth, being mad at each other because one person did this for me and another person did that for me. That's what the devil wants. He wants to cause confusion. That's what these people want. They want to cause confusion. And confusion ain't going to do nothing but keep me in here. But the real thing is.
Welcome to Big Val Opinion. Moderators, with my permission, any negativity in the chat should be hidden from this channel. This channel is a negativity-free channel, drama-free channel, and we are here to push the message out. We will not be distracted. So with my permission, any negativity in the chat should be hidden from this channel. Welcome to Big Val Opinion platform. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, everybody? What's up, what's up, what's up? It's your boy Big Vi, man. It's been a minute. It's been about 5 days since, it's been about 4 days since I talked to you guys. I'm back, man. I'm back. I want to give a big thank you to everybody who was praying for my family. Continue to pray for my family. Continue to keep my family a part of you all's prayers. Is very, very appreciated. My auntie was very, very happy to see all of the people that was praying, and she was very, 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 very thankful for to see that people all around the world, all over the world, just praying for her and praying for her to get better, and that God keep his healing hands placed on her at all times, man. So I want to give a big shout out to all of the people who support and follow Big Vi that was able to put up a prayer for my family during this struggle that's an ongoing situation. But with God, we can anything is possible with God involved. Understand that. Uh very much so, understanding that all things are possible with God involved. What's up, Ashley? What's going on? What's going on? Uh, man, it feel good, you know. It feel good to what up, Paul? It feel good to see people back. It feel good to see the chat back. I'm ready to see all the new people, man, all the new faces. I'm trying to see what's going on, what I missed, what I haven't seen. I've been been dealing with family business, so I had to step put my little YouTube situation to the side for a few days or so. But I'm back. Donnell, what's going on? What's going on? Um, I see that Jennifer's been out. Jennifer Bonjean and her law firm has been working. They have been fighting. Most importantly, they have been fighting. Um, they've been fighting for Rob. They've been putting in the work, putting in the motion, boots to the ground. I gotta take off my hats to Jennifer and her law firm. Absolutely. Shout out to all the bloggers that's out here putting the boots on the ground, doing the work. Shout out to everyone who's sending letters. Shout out to everyone who's keeping R.Kelly name alive. Shout out to everyone who's bringing awareness to the injustice of R.Kelly. Shout out to everybody who's in this fight for right. Shout out to everybody who's have a heart. Shout out to everybody who's not being biased. Shout out to everybody for giving someone an honest chance. Because what we've witnessed and what we've been seeing in this R. Kelly case, we've been seeing a lot of wicked, demonic, evil spirits playing on this chessboard. And some people that's a part of this thing is this is the way they live. So they are okay with unjustifiably taking someone freedom away. They are perfectly okay with that. But sometimes it's a little saying that, you know, it's a little saying sometimes that people tend to forget. Be mindful of the things that you do. What God say? Be mindful how you judge others, because the same judgment you use to judge me will be the same judgment God used to judge you. So how many of us and how many of these people can look at themselves and say, if God was to judge you based off of how you judge R. Kelly, would you be satisfied with it? Would you be okay with it? See, it's easy to kick somebody when they down. You know, it's easy to talk about someone when they not around. That's the easy part of life. How many of you all are, how many of these people out here can really deal with they self? How many of these people can really look in the mirror and say they are okay with themselves? How many of these people can look in the mirror and say that they got justice against they abuser? How many of these people can really look in the mirror and say that? How many of these people can do it? People be so quick to judge. They so quick to condemn. They so quick to forget. It's R. Kelly today. It could be me tomorrow. It could be anybody else son tomorrow. Anybody else grandson tomorrow. Anybody else father tomorrow, or a brother, or a cousin. No one is exempt from this type of treatment. But as long as we sit back and allow the government to play with us like chess pieces on a chessboard, then guess what? We're gonna keep getting the same results. And what they say, if anyone who repeat the same thing expecting different results is insanity, man. How do we plan to move forward if we keep on doing the same shit? It's embarrassing to see that our own culture want to see a man put away forever unjustifiably. It ain't that we used to have to worry so much about the white man. It's no longer the white man who's crucifying us. It's our own people that share the same struggle that we share. Our own people who share the same struggle that we share are willing to hang us thinking it's going to empower them. You still look like me at the end of the day. We still are melanated people at the end of the day. So just because you help them set me up doesn't give you a pass to say that you won't be set up or you can't be set up. You have a time and place coming. Just what these people fail to realize. They feel like just because they saw against R. Kelly, that they can't be in the place of R. Kelly. I, I'm here to tell you the truth. I ain't gonna sugarcoat with you. I ain't gonna sugarcoat. Sometimes you have to be mindful of the way you treat people. Be mindful of the way you handle people. Be mindful of the shit that you do to people. Because guess what? There's a time in a day for everything that you have prepared in your life to be served back to you. Understand what I just said. There's a time and a place for everything that you have prepared in your life to be served back to you on a plate. And how many of us can eat the shit that we have dished out? How many people can eat the shit that they have dished out to others? How many of these people can deal with it? How many of these people can accept their reality? How many of these people can put a perfect picture together in a broken glass? How many? The only way you can identify with a shattered glass is if you was a part of that struggle. I was a part of my struggle in life. So if my glass ever become broken, guess what? I can put it back together because I was a part of that struggle. A lot of these people ain't never went through shit, but they sit here and condemn someone, and they don't even know what this person has went through. They crucify a man because they dislike because of their success. Oh, you was too successful, so I despise you. Just because of my success, you despise me. But don't you got the same 24 hours in a day? Don't you got the same 7 days in a week? Don't you got the same 12 months in a year? Just because I chose to take my time and pursue my dream and I achieved my dream and you didn't, why am I the bad person? Why am I the bad person? These people are, man, look here. You know, I said today, I say, you know what? I gotta come on here today. I'm gonna come on here today, and I'm gonna come on here today, and I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna come on here today and keep it real. I'm gonna come on here today and speak from the heart because a lot of times people don't understand, man. We all go through shit. We all struggle, man. We all are part of the same struggle. Just because we grew up in different places don't mean we don't share the same struggles of society. It doesn't mean that we don't share the same struggles of society. And now we seeing that the government is using our struggle to bring our people in to take our celebrities and icons down. You know what I'm saying? They want to go get our less fortunate women and use them as pawns just so they can tarnish our great careers, our great legacies. And guess what our people do? Since we never We wasn't born into this money. We never had this type of money. They wave it in front of us to see if we'll grab for it. And guess what? When you see R.Kelly, you see a lot of these people. No, even good as he treated, according to these accusers, when they talk about how he treated them, good as he treated them, it still wasn't enough. It still wasn't enough to convince them that, hey, sometimes in life, your friendship shouldn't be bought. Your relationship with a person shouldn't be bought. I deal with a person for them. I don't deal with someone for what they have to offer. Can't nobody come to me and say, Big Vi, I'm gonna give you $100,000 if you lie on J Rock. Can't nobody come tell me, Big Vi, I'm gonna give you $100,000 you lie on Derek. I'm gonna give you 100, and I'm gonna take the money and go lie on Derek as if Derek, J Rock, my brother. Derek is my brother. These guys you see on this panel, these guys are my brothers. Whether we don't come from the same womb, it doesn't matter. But I sit and talk with these guys every day. I politic with these guys every day. We wish each other well each and every day. So when I look at that, my relationship with these guys can't be bought or paid for. But that's one thing about our people, man. We have been chasing the wrong thing for so long. We have been chasing fortune and fame for so long that these people know that, and they come in and they come in and hijack our community. They hijack our culture, wave some money in our faces, and use our own people to go against us to bring us down. We have to make it make sense. At some point in time, man, as a culture, as a race of people, I understand that everybody is not going to get it. Well, God told us everybody's not going to make it into heaven. So what should that tell you? Everybody's not going to be a part of what we got going on. But whatever it is that we have going on and it's moving in a positive direction, we need to get those negative people away from around us. That's why I don't. That's why I don't debate with the other side. That's why I don't chat with the other side. I know what type of energy that they possess. So I can't bring that negativity into this piece that I'm building. I can't bring that negativity into this kingdom over here that I'm building. So when I see it, I block it at the gate. I don't allow it. That negativity that the people against tells, those people are like cancer cells. They are looking for something to attach to so that they can grow. But if you don't allow that, then guess what? You can continue to make progress towards building that kingdom that God has prepared for us to dwell in. I won't go down that road with those people. I look at a man and I give everybody, I give every individual in this world that I ever encounter, I give them a fair chance. I give them a fair chance. Because if I give you a fair chance and you show me who you are, then I can look at you for who you really are. But if I never give you a chance and I just assume that you are a fucked up individual, then that's on me. If you don't trust me, it's because of me. So that's why I give everybody a fair chance until you show me who you are. And once you show me, that's who I take you for. Nothing else, nothing less. See, sometimes you have to get on this thing and speak real. Because a lot of people get on here and they bullshit and they pussyfoot around. They tiptoe. When you talk about life, you can't tiptoe with death. You can't play with death. You either gonna die or you gonna live. Ain't no playing. So in my life, I live a realistic life. I don't play. I don't deal with bullshit because I don't live with bullshit. My spirit is good. My heart is good. I love good. So no need for me to dwell in the negativity. You won't catch it. You won't see it. I don't do it. This man has been fighting for his life over this man. We say 5 years, 4 years going on 5. R. Kelly has been fighting for his life, but in all reality, this man has been fighting for his life ever since his existence in this world. This man has always had to fight. He was always up against some type of obstacle. But y'all want to sit back and tell us that this man is the predator. I ask people, you have to make this shit make sense. You call R. Kelly a predator, and we supposed to feel so sad about these alleged accusers, but y'all call these accusers victims, aka prey. But this is the first time I ever seen a situation where the predator never, not one time, chased the prey. You have to make that shit make sense to me. This is the first time in my life have I seen a situation where you talk about a predator and you talk about a prey. When you seen that the predator never, not for one time, chased the prey. In this R. Kelly fight, you seen the prey, which is these accusers, chasing the predator everywhere he went. Now you have to make this shit make sense to me. Am I the only one seeing this? I can't be the only one seeing this. I can't be the only one seeing this. Sometimes you have to go away from the shit that's going on in the reality TV or in the entertainment and keep it real. You have to keep it real for a minute. This man is a predator. A predator, how is a predator being chased around by the prey? Make that make sense. This man never went sought out these women. Every single one of these women came to him. They looked for him. They were brought to him. Now you make this shit make sense on a chessboard. I know it does. It doesn't. But they want the world to think that this man was a rolling around here, picking these women up, throwing them in a goddamn van, hauling ass, pulling off, and taking them to an undisclosed location to never be seen or heard from again. Absolutely wrong. Absolutely wrong. Say they already destroyed his legacy of MJ, Bill Cosby, Whitney Houston, and they are going after R. Kelly, Chris Brown, and black celebrities. Don't leave out Sam Cooke. Don't leave out how Gayle King did Kobe Bryant during his death. Look at how Gayle King did. Look how Gayle King did Kobe Bryant in the midst of his death. You want to bring up some fucking sexual assault allegations, and this man hadn't even been dead 24 hours. Our own people, when they say for the love of money, for the love of money. Eddie Griffin said something that was so renowned on Vlad TV show one day. Eddie Griffin said, no black entertainer that's successful goes out of the game untouched. He said, just look at every black entertainer, whether it's athlete, movie star, rapper, R&B, whatever. All of the ones that overachieve, they leave with some type of negativity attached to their name. I was like, wow. When he started naming people, I said, now look at this. Now look at how times have progressed, right? We talk about how times have progressed, right? Back in the day, they got all of our musicians and comics and movie stars. They got them with drugs. They filled them up with drugs. They provided them drugs. They kept them on drugs. In today's society, they are using the women in place of the drugs because now they can't get these celebrities. They can't get these musicians and athletes to do drugs like back in the day. Now they are doing it with the women. They have created these council. coaches like Me Too, Time's Up, Lifetime to come out and attack these icons' life. Like the other day, I asked the question, will the Supreme Court, will the Appellate Court give Mr. Kelly a fair chance at his trial? We gotta hope. At this point, I was so strong in my stance to say, I was so strong in my stance saying the appellate court is gonna do him right. But to see the amount of corruption that has went on this level is astonishing to me. You mean a man that had over 10 attorneys almost? These people have put in over 50 to 100 motions, and not one motion that was put in got granted. You mean to tell me these lawyers who have went to school, went to college, fought previous cases, won cases, can't put together a motion to get passed? Where you go, Unc? You mean to tell me that these attorneys couldn't put together a motion worth passing, worth being granted by the judge? So we gotta hope and pray, and we're gonna need all the prayer warriors when we talk about the appellate court, that the appellate court come and they've put this case forward righteously. Give this man a fair chance. Give a man a fair chance. Like I tell you something, one thing about life, if somebody is guilty, you don't have to do all of this to prove it. If someone is guilty of something, you don't have to do all of this to prove it. If someone is guilty, you do not have to go to these measures to prove it. The proof is going to be right there. But anytime you got accusers coming out saying that the government used them, then that's a problem. Anytime that accusers are coming out saying that they were used by the government, that's a problem. Then now this the second. We got the star witness in New York said on the stand during cross examination and redirect, continuously said that in her government statement that I didn't say this, the government said that. I didn't say that, the government said that. I didn't say that, they said that. You got Johnny Demetrius saying the same shit. I didn't say that, the government told me to say that. Now you got another accuser in Chicago who's coming out saying that they were extorted by one of the other victims. And the government knew what was going on and allowed this shit to take place. How do you take someone who was caught perjuring themselves in the 2008 trial and was kicked off the stand, and you bring her back to a new trial? Can you make that make sense? If she wasn't credible then, what the hell makes her credible now? What's going on, bro, J Rock?
What up, Big Vi? Can you hear me?
I hear you now. What's going on, bro?
Oh man, not a whole lot. Just want to kind of dip through right quick. And I didn't know to the extent of everything you're going through with your aunt. So man, I just want to go ahead and get my get my prayers and everything. Hope everything's all right with that situation.
Oh yeah, man. We fighting, man. We gonna fight this shit until we can't fight no more, man.
Yeah,
Most definitely.
because you know I feel you. I feel you because I was just in Oklahoma Friday and everything for my uncle's funeral.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I
So
know you had told me you was going over there up that way.
yeah, so I went up there Friday, Saturday, came back Sunday. Well, came back Saturday night. Then wound up making a beeline home to Louisiana, which I'm still at right now.
You went to Mardi Gras?
Yeah, went down to Lafayette.
Okay. That's what's up, man. Man, I'm glad you
Yeah,
enjoying yourself, man. Most definitely, bro.
yeah, it
That's
was a
what
pretty
life's
decent.
about.
Yeah, it was a pretty decent Mardi Gras, pretty decent parade.
Okay. Man, you
Got
got
a
some
gang,
king cake and shit down there?
got a gang of beads and everything. Still couldn't get no damn king cake. Been asking people
Man,
around. I don't know if they've been selling it out or what, because that's what I've
yeah,
been looking for.
yeah, that's a
But
good thing. Most definitely, man. I just hadn't been on in a few days, so I popped on today. I said, man, let me hop on and holler at the people and just speak some real, man. Just speak from the heart, bro. Just why I do this, why I do what I do, why I came into this fight, why I advocate, and why I choose to move the way that I move. And oh yeah, man, it's good to be back on, man.
but yeah, it's a great thing, man. I mean, the fact of the matter is with everybody knows about the fight that's going on, man. With Robert, what he's gonna have to continue to deal with. And like I said, I posted a comment earlier that said they say it's the white man I should fear, but it's my own kind doing all the killing here, which directly came from Tupac.
Man, that's a real statement, man. I'm gonna have to go back and get that.
Yeah, if you want to find it, look up Tupac Machiavelli's White Man's World.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and get
I
that.
think it's either that one or Crazy, but it's on the Machiavelli album.
Okay,
It's, it's
that's real relevant to what we're dealing with today in today's society,
right,
man.
right.
Yeah, we got shit. So it's people out here so wicked, man. People playing with death, people playing with folks' family. Man, it's just crazy, man. It's a crazy thing, but at the same time, long as we can stay focused and long as we continue to do the things that we do over here, we can create I just want to create an atmosphere for people to come in and feel like they are a part of something. And when we talk about this case and we go through the case and we break things down about this case, um, you know, give people give take people input into consideration because like I always say, ain't no one person is gonna unravel what's really going on with this case. It's gonna take all of us as a collective unit to bring our thoughts together, bring our points of views together, give our opinion, and that's why I call myself Big Val Opinion because I know I just have an opinion. That's why I like to hear others' opinion because guess what? If we bring all of those opinions together, guess what? We can form a conclusion, and at the end of that, then guess what? We should be very clear about what the statement is that we trying to make. This ain't just about me. I'm just one person. But it's everybody that I see in this chat, everybody that come on this panel that I like to hear from. I like to see what people thoughts be at. I probably didn't see something that somebody else saw. So people that point out different things that may have happened or may have took place or probably was said, like that's why this community over here is the way that it is and is growing the way that it's growing because it's about all of us coming together, not just one me.
yeah, you're right. I feel you on that. Like I said, I'm at home with some of my family. I got my nephew over here right now.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
man. I'm glad you took our little few minutes to tap in, because I don't want to hold you up. I know how it is when you with family, man. You
Oh, for
know.
sure. Oh, okay. But, hold on. You got any questions you want to ask?
Not top of my head right now.
Oh,
Whenever they come and we on here, tell J Rock Papa ain't gone. He got the link. J Rock family. What up, Jonathan?
all right. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna dip on now. I'll probably jump on back in a minute.
Okay, okay. We should be on here rolling for a few hours at least. I see Unc done hopped on. What up, Unc?
Okay. I would like to be in the chat, so I'll jump on. And something else impromptu comes up, I'll jump back on.
All right, bet. Greetings, Unc. What's up, man? Talk to me. How you been up there way? Man, Unc fell off, man. Let's see if we can get something going right here.
The prosecution. Yeah, that's right. And I can appreciate that there's emotions that run high and people don't necessarily value how the government goes about getting what they consider to be justice. But when the government runs amok, right now it's R.Kelly, tomorrow it's somebody else. And maybe it's someone you care about tomorrow. Maybe it's a loved one of yours. To keep the government honest and to keep them in check, the system has to work for all of us, the R.Kellys of the world, the Bill Cosbys of the world, and then people that we don't even know. And so my job is to make sure the government does it the fair way. And if they didn't do it fair, it just doesn't count. It's like if you cheat during a football game and you want to declare victory, you can't because you cheated. And it is my job to hold the government responsible.
Among our major arguments have been the fact that there were multiple prosecution witnesses who gave inconsistent statements that kept changing, and that some of these clearly had no case against the R&B king, but were nevertheless brought to trial. Their purpose was to further depict R.Kelly as the predator that was alleged to be. Another major concern was that R.Kelly's trial was completely prejudicial, and the judgment was made along assumptions that R.Kelly was a bad person, with no substantial evidence to prove a case against him. In this particular case, the Supreme Court jurors are completely unhappy to note that a judgment was made along similar prejudicial lines, making us confident that the Supreme Court will find it easy to rule out the current judgment. Once this has been overturned, R.Kelly will surely be a free man again. Take a look.
Rationale.
Among our major arguments have been the fact that there were multiple prosecution witnesses who gave inconsistent statements that kept changing, and that some of these clearly had no case against the R&B king, but were nevertheless brought to trial. Their purpose was to further depict R.Kelly as the predator that was alleged to be. Another major concern was that R.Kelly's trial was completely prejudicial, and the judgment was made along assumptions that R.Kelly was a bad person, with no substantial evidence to prove a case against him. In this particular case, the Supreme Court jurors are completely unhappy to note that a judgment was made along similar prejudicial lines, making us confident that the Supreme Court will find it easy to rule out the current judgment. Once this has been overturned, R.Kelly will surely be a free man again. Take a look.
Rationale for introducing the testimony of the three uncharged victims.
The testimony of Young, Dunning, and Wolf, as Justice Burke found, was directly probative of defendant's state of mind.
Why wasn't that accomplished with the three women who were complainants? I mean, that for me is the problem. You already have three women who give you three different types of stories of the horrors they allege they experienced with him. I think you've covered that. So to pile on with three uncharged complainants, three uncharged victims, is leaning really close to that propensity line.
It was relevant to defendant's intent. As Your Honor pointed out, intent was hotly contested below.
I don't understand how that wasn't established through man.
Because
Who had a 5-year relationship with him after the assault.
Because Mann's allegations were not so unambiguous that there would have been no doubt in a juror's mind that defendant intended the forcible element of the first-degree rape. Again, when Justice
You're saying that you wanted to prove what he did with Mann by introducing the testimony of those other 3 women.
No, certainly not. Mann's allegations would have established, if believed, would have established the elements of the offense.
Where the women were of the uncharged crimes were not the victims for which were being prosecuted, though. Where was the balancing that's supposed to go on in Molyneux? This was incredibly prejudicial testimony, no?
Well, no, respectfully, Your Honor, it wasn't prejudicial for 2 reasons. One, the court gave extensive limiting instructions. 3 times the court explained to the jury.
The fact that there's instructions doesn't mean it's not prejudicial.
But here we know it wasn't.
I'm being charged with 3 rapes. And here come 3 other women who claim I did the same thing to them, but I'm not being charged with that. That's prejudicial.
Well, it's not prejudicial.
So the question is, does that prejudice, is that outweighed by some probative value that supersedes that?
Respectfully, Your Honor, it wasn't prejudicial here, and we know that.
Opposing counsel referred to the Molyneux rulings in this case as unprecedented. What cases do you rely on under New York law that actually constitute precedent for the court's rulings in this case on the Molyneux issues?
Well, parsing the Molyneux evidence, no one would quibble with the admissibility of the uncharged offenses as to Mann. Ample case law, which we...
I'm talking about the other 3 women.
Right. As to Young, Dunning, and Wolf, again, I think Vargas is a perfect illustration of precisely why we were permitted to put forth the evidence here. It's well understood that Molyneux evidence can shed light on a defendant's state of mind and intent.
So you're really arguing that this was not overkill? I mean, there were certain items in the Sandoval that I thought, okay, that's fair game. If you, after being fired, ask an employee at the company to take computers and delete stuff, that's fair game. But some of this other stuff, let's inflame the jury's heart by telling them that he beat up his brother during a meeting. I don't see how there is a balance there on that.
Well, threatening behavior, again, goes directly to demonstrating his ability to put his own self-interest at the expense of others, and that goes to the heart of honesty and integrity. The fact that there were many of these acts only indicated how defendant chose to live his life.
Yes, and counsel, you know what? There are trials every day where we have defendants who have a rap sheet a mile long. A mile long. They'll have 20 felony convictions on their rap sheet. And I see no judge say, go ahead, go to town on all of them, because they don't let you go into the facts. They usually just let 1 or 2 in. I mean, there is a balance.
But looking at what was let in relation to its impact on whether the jury could otherwise decide the case, not based on the fact that this is just a horrible person. That's really the balance, not what was let out.
That's correct, and perhaps if this involved a case that had 100 or 150 allegations, it would present a different scenario.
38 non-convicted, and they're not convictions, not one of them, acts. That's balance?
Well, as you point out, the fact that they're not convictions, that they're just bad acts, if anything, makes them less prejudicial. But the fact that there were so many is only indicative of how defendant...
When I woke up in the
That judge is going in, right? That judge is going in. That judge was going in, right? But you heard what the judge said about the uncharged acts being brought in. Do y'all remember in New York when Kells when the victim impact statement? Do y'all remember that? Put a 1 in the chat if you remember that. If you don't remember, just let me know. Let me know if y'all remember that from the victim impact statement. They definitely inflamed the jury hearts with uncharged acts. Exactly. No, with no facts. Exactly. That's why I was asking if you all recall. And Donnelly allowed people to come in and give victim impact statements that wasn't even being was that R. Kelly wasn't even being charged for. If y'all think back to the New York trial, she allowed people to come in and give victim impact statements that he wasn't even being charged for. Like, what the hell? How do you even allow some shit like that to even take place? We have to make shit like that make sense. You got to make shit like that make sense. If he's not being charged for these women, how the hell are they a victim? How can they come in and give a victim impact statement? But guess what? Those victim impact statements, it goes towards the sentencing. When these people are judging or trying to figure out how much time we're going to give, how is these people allowed to come in and give statements that he wasn't even being charged for? How are you a victim if he hadn't been charged for victimizing you? You got to make that make sense. But this is the shit that went on during the New York trial that people feel like we should be okay or we should not say shit. The people that dislike R. Kelly, they are okay with it because they dislike R. Kelly for whatever fucking reason they have to dislike this man. He's never done nothing to them. He's never stopped them from having nothing. He's never stopped them from doing nothing. He has never met these people that dislike him. None of this. But these people despise this man because God blessed him through all of his troubles, through everything that he's been through. God still favored him to give him the blessing that he gave to him. And also for him to be blessed the way that he was blessed after going through what he's been through, the man wasn't even selfish. He was still generous with people. He still looked out for people. He still gave to people. But he only became a monster when he said no. When he started saying no to people, oh, he's a monster. Oh, man, I'm sitting here listening at some of the shit that people who this man allowed to be employed by him. The people that he was hiring to work for him that was supposed to be helping him, who were against every fucking thing that he did. These people are the ones who put him in position to be fucked over the way that he was. The people that he trusted, the lives of people that he changed. And for these people that R. Kelly employed, for these people that R. Kelly called his friends, for the people that he called his brother, for the people that he called his sister, that sat there and manipulated this man, took from this man, helped the government take this man down. If you all think that you're going to have peacefully, that you think that you're going to sleep peaceful at night, I have another thing to tell you. Your hell is coming. Your hell is coming. Do you think you're going to sit here and this man being generous with the blessing that God gave him? Y'all were eating off of his blessing that God gave him. Y'all was stealing off of the blessing that God gave him, that he was sharing with y'all. But as soon as he said no, all of a sudden he's the monster. But you just took way more than he done gave. How you get mad at someone? How you get mad at someone for waking up and coming to their senses that you are taking from him? And he said, you know what? I no longer need your services. You are costing me more than I am gaining. I was listening to a live last night. Over on Dana J platform. He was reading a letter, memoir from Cheryl Mack. And when I tell you to hear this memoir that Cheryl Mack wrote, it hurt my heart because this woman that R. Kelly gave a chance, this woman hadn't worked for no one in the industry ever before. He gave this lady a chance, an opportunity to change her life. and bring her family out of poverty. But she wanted to be in his position. She wanted to be Robert and wanted Robert to be her. This woman single-handedly sat there and set this man up in every way possible she could. After hearing the memoir of Cheryl Mack, this woman sat there and single-handedly set the stage for this man's career to be taken away, all out of envy. All out of envy. Because she felt she deserved more than what she was already taking. Now, you got to be a hell of a person to steal from someone and still be expecting more on top. Make that make sense. You robbing me blind, and you also asking me to pay you for robbing me. How do you ask me to pay you for robbing me already? You got all access to everything. You say all the houses in your name. Everything for the girlfriends is in your name. You said you had this man's life at your fingertips. If you had this man's life at your fingertips, then why are you so mad talking about you wasn't getting paid? You were doing everything but paying yourself. You got to make that make sense. You mean to tell me you got access to this man's bank account out of all the people who was stealing money, out of all the people who was taking money, you the only one who wasn't taking money? But you were so mad. You were so mad because you was acting like you acting like you was so pressed about not being paid, because that ain't nothing but the over for the under. It wasn't nothing but the over for the under. Well, I'm gonna go and be pissed off. I'm gonna act pissed off in front of him and make him seem like I'm so pissed off about not getting paid, but you already shaving money off the top. Man, she say she started. Now listen at this. Listen at this, you are. Listen at this. This woman say that she started RSK. So if she started RSK, would it be safe to say that she started RSK LLC, RSK Incorporated, RSK Trademark, RSK, all those different? If you go back to that web that they showed at the court, when the bank told this man he had so many people taking money from his account. Now, if she say she started RSK, if she started RSK, who the hell started RSK LLC, RSK Incorporated, RSK, all these other branches of RSK? Who started all these other RSK branches if she started the original RSK group? Man, this woman sat there and she played. Why? I'm listening to this shit that was being read last night. Everything, every woman, every artist that she so quote unquote went out and got, these artists was barely 18 years old, and if she went out and got an artist that was over 18 in their 20s and 30s, she say, oh, they hated Rob. They were disgusted by Rob. They didn't like Rob. Man, you mean to tell me it's a woman out there that got a chance to be around R.Kelly that hate him? Like, honestly, we gonna keep it real. Like, come on, man. You sitting at home on your couch, you are a new talent, and you got discovered. Like, who wouldn't want to be discovered by R.Kelly? Come on, man. Cheryl Mack was full of shit. It's a reason why she stuck to the age range of women that she was bringing around. And for her to sit around and say, this man just having sex in front of her and she don't have a problem with that, I wish a motherfucker would. I wish a motherfucker would. Brother, cousin, it don't matter. I wish anybody would just come stand in front of me and just start having sex, and I'ma just stand there. Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no way. She mean to tell me every time Rob had sex, she was in the room watching. So were you the one? Were you the person behind the camera? Why ain't none of these females saying that you was in the room when Rob was fucking them? None of these females say you was in the room when they were giving Rob fellatio. In this memoir that this woman wrote, she said that Rob he asked to fly the girls to Cincinnati, Joy and Az. You gotta make some shit, you just gotta make it make sense, man. Like, okay, one lie you might can get away with. But when you tell a whole book of lies, that's the problem. That's the problem. I wish I had somebody to come on here and go to Dana J live from last night and go to the part that he started reading. I need somebody, if I can send a link to somebody that can come on and go to Dana J's live from last night, and he started reading that from the part that he started reading Cheryl Mack memoir, so you guys can hear the shit that this woman said was taking place. And throughout the whole memoir, you study hear her being pissed off about money. What up, Smokey B. Bell? You know, this man, Kel's, God have a way of doing things, and God has a way of doing things, and God has a way of preparing things. And God is going to use special people to do special tasks. And at this point in Kel's life, he is the special person that God is using to expose these type of people. God is using Kel's right now to expose the type of people that he talked about in the Bible. When he say Satan was once an angel, that means God understood that the devil understood how heaven worked. The devil understood what it was like to be an angel. But when God kicked him out, he said you can no longer return. That don't mean that the devil went away. They say that the devil sat at the side of the gate as people entered, and he whispered, and he offered people. He tried to bribe people. That's why I tell people nowadays, you can't call everything you get in life a blessing, because everything is not a blessing. Everything you get in life is not a blessing. Everything you get in life is not a blessing from God. The devil will give you bribes to see if he can win you over. He will put you in a situation where you have to make a decision. Do you want to accept this or give it back? See, the devil will give you a bribe and say, look, I can give you this. And this is what the devil did with these people around Kells. These devil led these people to R.Kelly, and he tempted them. All of these people that he encountered, none of these people tried to help him. All of these people knew what was going on, and not one person tried to help him. Not one person tried to stop what was going on, but they all joined in on the money train. And this is what God does. That's why I tell people, God is going to let all this, every stone has to be unturned in this man's life. Every stone has to be unturned in this man's life, from when he was 6 years old all the way up until now. God is going to allow every stone to be unturned. So when God will start to be done, his will be done. When he get clear and free from this situation, these people would never, ever be able to touch him the way that they touched him ever again. He will be shielded. He will be walking with the protection. But God, when he cleans you wholeheartedly, fully. So all of these individuals that was around, all of these people, even the people that called Rob their brother, even the people he trusted, it's going to hurt him to know that some of these people that he thought, some of these people that he would die for, it's going to hurt Chaos to know that some of these people he would give his life for was all out for themselves. That's got to be one of the most hurting feelings in the world, to know that someone that you would die for, but these same people weren't willing to give their life for you. The same people you willing to give your life for will sit and watch you burn, will watch you die on the cross. They will leave you for dead. They will bring people back. They will bring people to come see you as you lie there on that ground. They will bring people back to see you burning. They will bring people back to see your dead body. This is where we left them at. This is where we killed them at. This is where we burned them at. The same people that you would have gave your life for. The same people that Kels would have tried to save. It's going to hurt him to know that this is the reality of what you were living in. You were living in a snake pit. You was living in a ring of fire. I'm talking about Kels, but this is the reality for a lot of us on a day-to-day basis. This just don't relate to R.Kelly. This relates to each and every one of us as individuals. We all got people around us that don't mean us no good. We all dealt with somebody that didn't have our best interest at heart. We all dealt with somebody that we would have died for that wouldn't die for us. We all have dealt with somebody that we would give our last to that wouldn't give their last to us. We all have experienced it. That's why I say R. Kelly is no different from us. That's why we fight. That's why we speak. That's why we stand. Because if it can happen to a person who has the world at his fingertips, imagine how it feels for someone who don't even have a voice. Could you imagine going through what Robert Kelly is going through and don't have a voice, and you don't have a support system, and you don't have a Jennifer Bunjean, you don't have royalties, you don't have a music catalog, could you imagine? This is the reality that people don't want to live in, but it's the reality of our day-to-day lives, man. We have to start evaluating our circle. We got to start evaluating the people that we call bro. We got to start evaluating the girls, the females that we call sis. You know what I'm saying? We got to start evaluating this shit. Because every bro ain't bro and every sis ain't sis. Now you got the children turning on the parents. We got to evaluate our kids. Stress is the number one cause of death. And if you living your life and you ain't living your life in your happiest form, then you need to be making some adjustments. You need to be doing some self-evaluations. If you ain't living happy, you need to find happiness. You need to find peace wherever it may be. I just came on tonight. I say, you know what? I'm going to keep it real, and I'm going to keep it real as I can keep it. Thank you, Petey. And thanks for the prayer. Thanks for the prayer again, Miss Petey. Thank you again for the prayers. I really, really appreciate it. Thanks everybody in the chat who sent out prayers for my family. Continue to pray for my family, because guess what? We're in the midst of a battle. And we're going to battle until we can't battle no more. We're going to fight until there's no more fight left, because God has the final say in any situation that you deal with. Any storm in your life, God has the sun to clear out the rain. Anything that we deal with in life. I would never take a doctor's opinion. Yeah, you can tell me what you want. Okay, yeah, okay, good. But I know where my strength comes from. And that's what we all have to understand. When you understand where your strength comes from, when you understand where your life comes from, when you understand where your love comes from, you start to move different. You're going to feel different. You're going to see things different. You're going to deal with people different. Myself personally, when I go through things, I fall back from things. I fall back. I have to get into that quiet space so I can understand what it is that God is trying to tell me. I have to receive the message in order to be able to speak to the people. So when I go silent, I'm receiving that message. I'm asking God for that clarity. I'm asking God for that understanding. And once I receive my message and I know what my mission is, then I'm on my way. God told me, son, I'm not done with you yet. I have work for you to do. And I'm doing it. I'm working. I'm living in my purpose. Y'all better start living in y'all purpose. And if you don't know what your purpose is, you need to go and get on your knees. You need to go and find a Bible. You need to go and get into a quiet place and talk to God and ask God to reveal what is your purpose. We don't have a lot of time left here. And people take time for granted. And the time that they have took for Robert can never get back. But God has a purpose for Rob. And that's why Rob has been able to be as patient as he has been. He just has to hold on just a little while longer. He has to hold on just a little while longer, because God had already confirmed to him that this had to happen. All of us in life is going to have to go through a storm that has to happen. All of us got a storm that has to happen. But how many of us are going to believe in God when he said that it's going to be okay? There is light at the end of the tunnel. People be so quick to give up on God because they expect God to be instant. But how can you expect God to be an instant God with you when you ain't even an instant prayer? You ain't even a consistent prayer. The only time you go to God is when you in trouble. The only time you go to God is when you in need. The only time you go to God is when you sick. If I'm God too, I'm going to take my time to get to you too. I'm gonna take my time to get to you too. You took your time to come see me. You took your time to come talk to me. People don't talk to God when they spending their tax money. They ain't talking to God when they getting them bonuses. They ain't talking to God when they get that new car. They ain't talking to God when they get that promotion at their job. They ain't talking to God when they get that new house. Oh, I just closed on my new house. But when shit starts to fall apart, oh, Jesus. When it starts to fall apart, oh, Jesus, what's going on? Oh, God, what's going on? It's too late to go to God for understanding then. God must be first. God must be the head, not the tail. God must be the head of your life and not the tail. Start with God, end with God. That's it. And when I listen to Robert talk, I'm not talking about R.Kelly. I'm not talking about the Pied Piper. I'm not talking about the weatherman. I'm not talking about R.Kelly. But when I listen to Rob talk, he understands that he has a purpose. He understands that God has a mission for him. And us as individuals, we have to understand that God has a mission for us. God has a purpose for us. God has a will for us that will be done. And whatever that will may be, is nothing that you can do about it. You're just going to have to go along for the ride. And just hope that that will is in favor of God. Most definitely, Tipsy. Most definitely. He's always there. He's always in the midst. But people only call him. They only call him when they can't figure it out. They wait till the trouble comes. See, that's the thing about God. God's supposed to be present before the trouble. God is to be present before the trouble. That's why Kels know where his strength come from. That's why Kels know where his strength come from. Because God was present before the storm. God was present before the storm. God is present through the storm. And God will still be present after the storm. That's why Kels can sit and hold his head high. Man, I'm telling you, man, the spirit is something. The spirit of God is something. And there's no man on this earth can give you that spirit. You got to know God for yourself. You got to have that relationship. I'm telling y'all, man, it's a good feeling. It's a good feeling. Get to know him. Put them in your life. Keep them in your life. Make them head of your life. Let's stop waiting for the trouble to call God and bring God to the trouble. That's one of Kel's most favorite quotes that I like before I get ready to get up out of here. One of Kel's most favorite quotes that I like before I get out of here. Kel say, I don't tell God about my problems. I tell my problems about the God that I serve. When you know what your God is capable of doing, then there's no reason to come tell God this is what's going on, because he's already in the midst of whatever the situation may be. He's already in the midst of whatever the situation may be. I get on here and I play around and I joke around, but y'all have heard the real Big Vi tonight. If y'all ain't never heard the real, y'all heard the real Big Vi tonight. Y'all might say, oh, Big Vi on that sound like Levi. Hold on. Hey, but look, I'm telling y'all have heard the real. You know what I'm saying? This is why I do what I do, the way that I do what I do. Because God was in the beginning of it. He's in it right now. And guess what? When we get to the end, God is going to still be there. Because God is first. God is head. God is God. Shield yourself. Protect yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself a little bit more tomorrow than you did today. Build your paradise. Have your paradise here while you here. Build that kingdom while you here. Build that relationship while you can. Don't let no one tell you anything different. To everybody in this chat, I said it again and I'm going to say it again. I appreciate you guys and ladies for all of the prayers, all of the thoughts, all of the concerns I appreciate it. God loves us all. Coming close to the sentencing for Kells in Chicago. Let's continue to pray. Let's continue to ask God that his will be done. If you like to donate to Big Vi, my cash app is $ Big Vi Opinion. Also, the website has been updated. As you see the ticker going across the bottom of the screen right here, the website for the R.Kelly Justice website, or R.Kelly Awareness website, has been updated. It has been updated to justicerkelly.weebly.com. So if you guys haven't got your letters, if you haven't went over and checked out the website, go and check it out. If you need the link to the website, go to God is Sharing on YouTube. God is Sharing. And on her community wall, she has a link to the website to go on there and check out the website. There's videos, there's letters, there's affidavits, there's all of the information that you may need to get an understanding of what's going on is on that website. There are emails from Rob on that website. There's a lot of information on that website. So head over to justicerkelly.weebly.com. That is the new website for people to go over and look at all of the documents that has been prepared, the letters that has been prepared. All you gotta do is print and sign and mail. That's it. That's all. At your discretion. I'm not telling no one to do or what not to do. It's at your discretion if it's something that you are up to doing. With that being said, I pretty much I gave it to him. I gave it to him tonight. If y'all enjoyed the live tonight, man, just put a heart in the chat. If y'all enjoyed the live tonight, just put a heart in the chat, man. I tell y'all, man, I sit here with tears in my eyes because guess what? Being quiet is one thing, but when you're able to talk, when you're able to express, and you mean what you mean what you say, and you say what you mean, you have a passion for what you do. That joy is a joy that no one can give you or take away. That joy is something that no one can give you or take away. When you build that bond with Jesus, when you build that peace within your heart, no one can take that away from you. Don't let no one discourage you. Don't let no one deter you away from what's for you and what you want to do in your life. Sometimes you have to let go of that negative energy. You have to sit back and evaluate your life. You got to sit back and evaluate the people that you let in your life. You got to sit back and evaluate the things you do with your life. You got to sit back and evaluate your 24 hours. You got to sit back and evaluate your 24 hours and see, are you properly managing your 24 hours in your day? We want resorts. We about resorts over here. That's what it's about. Each and every one of y'all, I wish each and every one of you all in the chat the best resorts in life. Peace and love, happiness. That's what it's about. That's what it's all about. Peace, love, happiness. And all of that start within. No one can give you that but yourself. It's been a great live. Great live.
we gonna get straight to it. I'ma say it because it need to be said. Free R.Kelly, nigga. Free that nigga. And I'ma tell you why I say that.
It's a big. And another thing, when we talk about that New York case, and I'm gonna tell y'all, this is a key point. I'm gonna play this. This is a key development when we talk about the New York case. And this is when we know if they would have done right in the New York trial, if they would have done right in the New York trial, and if they would have convicted Kels rightfully, and they did not break any laws, we would not have parents going around saying this. He wasn't even 18.
You know what? And see, this is my thing, because I'm watching everything that's going on, and don't none of y'all seem happy that like Kels is locked up. Like it's still
This what you gotta understand with me. I'm still dealing with my daughter, my child, who's fucked up, and this is why motherfuckers like this old smart dummy over there, and that side chick, none of them can ever understand. Because they rock that shit all day long, keep saying ass this, that, this. Y'all keeping that shit going. Because if they didn't speak about it, it wouldn't be keep going. But they speak about it because you need channels, you need growth now, this and that, and that's fine. But don't get mad when I speak on something and it's about my life. Because y'all invading my space and making my life into a different type of lifestyle. Because now I got to watch the internet again, see what this shit is, watch my family. Because how this shit going with this motion, guess what? Adriel could be pulled back in on some shit because of life.
Wait. Why you say that?
I read real well because of the motions. Did you read the motion? Read the motion.
Okay. I see what you're saying. So they they might call her in and be like, "Did you get
exactly. Now we need to exactly. Now we need to hear
run
this
it back.
part and that part again.
Yeah.
Yes. So now when she thinking she moving her life on, this dummy done dragged her in there because he want to be on his YouTube talking about, oh yeah, I got this, and we seen that, and you seen his father there, his mother there, this and that. Man, we was visiting. My wife never stayed at that fucking house. My son never stayed at his house. What the fuck is he talking about?
But you know they might
this shit goofy.
Oh, because they say they might pull you too, because she ain't say your name.
I promise. Listen to me. I promise you they ain't gonna call me. Listen to me. I promise you. What's up, Love on Me? What's up, T-Bob? What's up, Books Dimension, Toy? Wonder what's going on. Everybody that came in late, we getting ready to get up out of here. But make sure if you want to hear the replay, man, it's actually go back and catch. Great live today. Great live. I gotta tell y'all, it was good. It was refreshing and to get some stuff off of my chest. But if they were truthful in New York and they was truthful with their conviction and they was truthful with everything that they did to get their conviction, why would the father of the star witness be worried about his daughter being pulled back into court again? Ask yourself that. If they did everything by the books and by the Constitution, why would the father of the star witness in the New York trial be worried about being pulled back in? Ask yourself.
I want to jump ahead because the 7-year turmoil that you went through vis-a-vis the trial for child pornography, your advisors, almost to a person, told you over and over and over again, while you're going through this period, Kels, do not put out sexually explicit material. Do not. The audience can't handle that. Your fans can't handle it. It's not going to be good for the outcome of this trial. Tone it down. Don't put that out. You ignore all of them do it anyway, and get bold with it. It's during this period you put out Chocolate Factory, you put out Remix, you put out Ignition. Here they're telling you not to do this, and you put out a song about putting your key in the ignition. I read that and I wanted to ask, so I will, why it is that you went against your advisors? What is it that you were thinking, that you were feeling, that kept you doing that when everybody else told you not to do that?
Well, first of all, let me say, I wasn't bold about it, and I didn't totally ignore them, because that would be the worst thing to do, is totally ignore your advisors or your lawyers. I listened to them, we talked, we discussed the situation. I felt strong, very strong, as I said many years ago about the trial, that I will have my day in court, and I will be innocent, and I will walk away, and I will move on with my life. I said that in the beginning. I said that during the middle part of the trial and everything else. I look at my music like a soldier looks at his sword. You never put your sword down in the midst of a war. You never lay down in the midst of a war. And I think that my lawyers were good lawyers, great lawyers, but I didn't think they had that part down. And you have to be the soldier in the midst of the war to even understand that. And I was the soldier on the front line for my life, for my kids' life, for my fans. And I told them I would not lay down. I would not stop doing music. Why would I do that? I think that would say, oh yeah, he did it. I think that would say all of the things that people want to say about R.Kelly. So I did what I'm supposed to do. Like any fireman that goes up in the building, they don't get to the building and say, oh, wait a minute, that's just too much fire. But you're a fireman. So go and fight the fire. Don't care how much it is. I had to go and I had to do my music. I'm not going to change my lyric. I'm not going to change my name. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm going to do my music. And that's what I did. And that's what I told the company, even though they continued to say, no, don't do it. But the minute Ignition came out, which was the first song I did, it blew up. And all of a sudden the company's calling me, everybody's calling me, come do an album cover shoot. We got to get the rest of this album done. We got to go there. We got to bring your clothes. We're going to have I ain't got no doggone makeup person. Yeah. You got some makeup, bring your own makeup. We'll do it. I mean, it just got crazy. So I did what I felt was right for myself.
Jay, God has a way of moving, man. God most definitely has a way of moving. Run the pace. Run the pace. You and old Bubba got it coming.
Okay. Excuse me. This is Bernard. What's wrong with you? D. Bernard? Yeah. It's me. Oh, Wrecker, he's with me. What? I can't believe you just did that. You are my stuff and you know it. Don't even try it. He's lying. Don't believe him, Bernard. Don't believe him. Oh, you did not say that last night when we was in bed together, girl. You slept with him.
Oh, Bubba and Geronda, y'all are a low-down, dirty shame. But y'all already know who it is. It's your boy, Big Vibe Thinking. Get ready to sign out until next time. Free Kels till we see Kels is all we yelling, man. I'm telling y'all, man, y'all be blessed. Y'all have a nice night. Until next time, it's your boy, Big Vibe, signing out, y'all.